Earth's lifespan is finite. Everything that has a beginning has an end. The Earth, having existed for so long, may end billions of years later, long after all life has disappeared. Before we talk about the future of our planet, let's review its history and when life appeared on it. The history of human beings is very short compared with that of Earth. Our planet formed from a giant cloud of gas and dust in space, which is called a nebula, about 4.6 billion years ago. The first continent might have formed on its surface as early as 4.4 billion years ago. The atmosphere of the early Earth did not contain oxygen, so it would have been toxic to human beings if they had been present then. It was very different from Earth's atmosphere today, which is about 21% oxygen. Many life forms, including humans, need oxygen to live. Where did that oxygen come from? Scientists believe that atmospheric oxygen started to rise about 2.4 billion years ago in a shift they call the Great Oxidation Event. Tiny microorganisms had already existed on Earth's surface for a while. Some of them developed the ability to produce energy from sunlight. The way plants do today, as they did it, they released oxygen. It built up in the atmosphere and made it possible for more complex life forms to evolve. The first animals, which may have been sea sponges, probably appeared about 660 million years ago, depending how we define humans. Humans emerged in Africa about 200,000 years to 2 million years ago, and spread out everywhere from there. There are two essential factors that humans need to live here. First, the sun provides most of the energy that living things on Earth need to survive. Plants use sunlight to grow and to produce oxygen. Animals, including humans, rely directly or indirectly on plants for food and oxygen. The other thing that makes the Earth habitable for life is that our planet's surface keeps moving and shifting. This ever-changing surface environment produces weather patterns and chemical changes in the oceans and on the continents that have enabled life to evolve on Earth. The movement of the giant pieces of Earth's outer layer, which are called plates, is driven by heat in the interior of the Earth. This source will keep the Earth's interior hot for billions of years. So, what will change? How long will Earth exist? Scientists estimate that the sun's evolutionary process will turn Earth into a dead planet for most species in 1.3 billion years. As the sun at the center of the system ages, its cycle will eventually consume the Earth. Scientists predict the sun will continue to exist for several billion more years, but life on Earth will end much sooner. Earth will become uninhabitable for most species in about 1.3 billion years, due to the natural evolution of the sun. Ravi Koprapu, a scientist at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center, mentioned that Earth has roughly 4.5 billion years left before the sun transforms into a red giant, eventually engulfing the planets. Red giants form in the final stage of evolution, when the star depletes its hydrogen fuel for nuclear fusion and begins to die. According to the European Space Agency, once the fusion reaction stops, gravity will take effect. The helium core will begin to compress under the influence of gravity, causing the temperature to increase. Soaring temperatures cause the sun's outermost plasma layer to expand significantly. The sun will swell to at least the size of Earth's orbit. However, Earth certainly cannot survive for 4.5 billion years. Long before the outer layer of the sun touches Earth, the planet will experience extreme temperatures as the sun undergoes its transformation into a red giant. As the sun's gradual death raises temperatures, oceans will evaporate, then the atmosphere will disappear, and finally the sun's gravitational tidal forces will tear Earth apart. About 1.3 billion years from now, humans will not be able to survive naturally on Earth due to prolonged hot and humid conditions. Within 2 billion years, Oceans may evaporate as the brightness of the sun increases by nearly 20% compared to today, according to Koprapi. Some forms of life may exist at this time, such as bacteria that thrive in extreme environments like near hydrothermal vents at the bottom of the ocean, but not humans. The dangerous wet bulb globe temperature, WBGT, an experimental index reflecting the heat stress an individual must endure combining temperature, humidity, wind speed, sun angle, and cloud cover, where humans cannot cool themselves by sweating, may become frequent. Initially, the wet bulb temperature threshold for humans is predicted to be at 35 degrees Celsius. But new research suggests that 30 degrees Celsius could be fatal. Some places on Earth have experienced wet bulb temperatures above 32 degrees Celsius on numerous occasions. Climate models predict that 35 degrees Celsius will become widespread in regions like the Middle East. By the end of this century, at that temperature, animals will overheat, essentially. The greenhouse effect will threaten life and society on Earth before the sun dies. The actual radius of the sun will increase enough to engulf the orbits of Mercury, Venus, and Earth. Of the 4 terrestrial planets, only Mars has a chance at surviving the sun's transition into later life. But even Mars will be too hot for life to survive. As Robert Frost wrote about the planet's ultimate fate, the world will end in fire. Humanity can only survive the full evolution of the sun by leaving our home planet to colonize other worlds, right now the stuff of science fiction. Those other worlds may be in other solar systems, or perhaps even ours, as the outer solar system will provide clement conditions during the sun's old age. Perhaps future human colonists will occupy the moons of Jupiter or Saturn, or maybe our descendants will live primarily in orbiting space stations. Even more grandiose plans for survival suggest macro-engineering feats to either move planet Earth to a farther orbit, or disassemble the planet to build smaller habitats at safe distances from the sun. Whether or not these extreme feats are possible, the basic technologies of space exploration being developed today will be needed for humans to reach habitable environments in the future. These thoughts about the distant future may seem unrelated to current issues, and priority should certainly be given to more pressing matters such as planting more trees, switching to clean energy, limiting plastic waste, and practicing reuse and recycling. Joining hands to protect the Earth is crucial, and these actions are essential steps toward that goal. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Do you know to catch our next exciting content? See you in the next video.